Brussels snubbed Iceland's europhiles abandon hopes of joining EU amid public backlash. The leaders of both the remaining europhile movements in the Icelandic parliament, who took a battering in last month's election, announced they are shelving plans for a vote. Iceland is part of the single market through its participation in the European Free Trade Association, Efta, but has control over trade, agriculture and fishing. Before the contest, 3 of the 7 parties in the country's parliament were in favor of joining up as EU members, but that number was slashed to just 2 out of 8. Every opinion poll carried out in the country since 2009 has shown a healthy public opposition to joining the bloc, despite the efforts of some politicians to drum up interest. The most recent survey, carried out in February this year, showed that just 25.9% of the population are in favor of EU membership compared to 54% against. And Iceland's 2 remaining Europhile parties, the Social Democratic Alliance and the Restoration Party, have now admitted the idea is so unpopular it will not feature in their demands. Following last month's election, which saw a record 8 parties join Reykjavik's parliament, political leaders have been locked in tense coalition talks. Iceland's center-left government applied to join the EU in July 2009 following the banking crisis that hit the country, but the negotiations were then scrapped by its successor in 2015. Public opinion in the tiny country mirrors that in the biggest single-market state, Norway, where just 16% of people favor EU membership according to a poll last year. Joining Efta and participating in the single market through the European Economic Area, EEA, is proposed as a possible solution to the Brexit negotiations by some liberal leavers and remainers. Best known as the Norway model, EEA membership requires that countries obey the rules of the single market, including free movement of people without having a vote on them being made. However, Efta countries are outside the customs union and so have control over their own trade, agricultural and fisheries policy as well as their own court which interprets EU law.